Okay, so I am back again. My name is Malaika. This is the I Am channel, and that stands for Inspiration, Alchemy, and Manifestation. One of these days I'll get into talking about each of those areas. I had an instance of alchemy today, or trying to practice that, because I had a crazy day where I was attacked by a dog. My dog was actually attacked. I jumped into the middle of a dog fight, if anybody can believe that, and pried the jaws of one dog off of my dog. And everybody's okay, we're just tired, so I'm going to make this short and sweet. As usual, I am starting with Pema Chodron's compassion cards. They are teachings for awakening the heart in everyday life. And this is actually a part 2 to the video that I put up yesterday, because I realized after I recorded, of course, that in my talking I didn't really get into as much detail as I wanted, and give as many examples as I should have for ways to release emotional baggage and negative energy. So I wanted to just expand on that for a few minutes. Right now I am shuffling the compassion cards, and once I read this, I will just list some other things that I missed and keep moving for the night. I also just saw 111, so make a wish. Okay, this is the card that kind of popped out. It is card number 41. And this says, 2 activities, one at the beginning, one at the end. The commentary is, in the morning when you wake up, you reflect on the day ahead and aspire to use it to keep a wide open heart and mind. At the end of the day, before going to sleep, you think over what you have done. If you fulfilled your aspiration even once, rejoice in that. If you went against your aspiration, rejoice that you are able to see what you did and are no longer living in ignorance. This way, you will be inspired to go forward with increasing clarity, confidence, and compassion in the days that follow. The statement is 2 activities, one at the beginning and one at the end. Both have to do with reflecting on the day, and whether or not the day went the way that you wanted it to. You can be grateful for either way, and that actually is directly related to alchemy and the ability for each of us to transmute experiences or emotions, particularly the negative ones or the challenging ones, into thoughts, feelings that are more positive and have a higher vibration, so that we feel better from it, or we can get something from it aside from negative energy. For instance, the dog bite. In terms of my reflection for the day, I started off with, oh my goodness, I've got all these other things going on in my life. I can't believe that I got into a dog fight today and my dog got bitten. I fell, I got bit, even though I wasn't hurt. Just one more thing in the list of craziness that's been going on in my life. A little bit later, I thought, well, maybe I was supposed to meet my neighbor, and this was the crazy way that we're being introduced. Maybe I'm supposed to help her in some way, or maybe she's supposed to help me, or maybe we're just supposed to know each other for some reason, and this is the universe bringing us together. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see. We'll all see together. Anyway, that's one instance of alchemy, and being able to transmute our experiences, being able to reflect on the day and look at it in terms of gratitude or rejoicing, or aspiring for things to be the way that we want them to be, which also leads to manifestation. So that's that. In terms of yesterday, I talked about releasing baggage, and the fact that a lot of people talk about it, and I think it's challenging for us to do as humans, especially for those of us that are cultured in a particular way, emotional baggage in particular, negative energy in particular. And so I was talking about some initial thoughts like journaling feelings, audio recording feelings if you're not a writer or you don't really feel like you have time, meditation, which can also be prayer, depending on what it is that you believe and what is comfortable for you, what language you want to use, however you look at that. And also listening to binaural beats, which I think is one of the easiest ways to promote healing, wellness, and to release some of the negativity that we might be feeling throughout the day, or some of the challenges that we might be feeling in our lives. And we can just listen to certain types of music, certain frequencies, and we can do that while we're doing other things, and it tends to be kind of easy. In the context of saying all of that, I didn't list a myriad of other things that I could have or should have said. So I thought, do a part two and just say it then, because it's really okay. So some of the other things I thought about in terms of releasing energy, toxicity around us, cleansing, that kind of thing. You might consider doing aromatherapy, which are certain scents that are considered to be healing, certain smells like frankincense. People sage their homes, which is also called smudging, or using Palo Santo, which is something that I prefer. There's also Reiki healing, which is a type of energy work that people do. And you can actually find YouTube videos on Reiki, whether it's learning it or people that are doing Reiki on YouTube, and you might connect with the energy in that way if that's something that might be of interest to you. Acupuncture, there's massage if that's something that you might be interested in. In terms of my professional life and my education, I also would be remiss if I didn't say mental health counseling. So, maybe just talking to someone who's a professional, an uninterested third party who might be able to support you in your journey of releasing things that you've been holding on to, and maybe help you to navigate some of that, and to see what it is that might be challenging to look at for ourselves or for yourself. Aside from mental health counseling, maybe just talking to a friend or a loved one that's a trusted person, but also someone that's trusted enough to tell you the truth in love and kindness and compassion, because we all need that. There are also creative types of expression, and those things can be releasing of toxic or negative energy, like singing or dancing, drawing, painting, sculpting, coloring. Coloring is huge now. That also helps to relax people's minds and helps us to increase mindfulness and find mindful spaces. Coloring is also great for children, so it might be something that you do with your children if you have children, and that would help to settle them. Various forms of exercising. Lots of people jog. I'm not a jogger. I would love to be. That's just not me. But maybe you want to swim instead. Maybe you like hiking or walking. Maybe you just like to do cross training or going to the gym or whatever it is. But those physical types of activities can support overall wellness, but also emotional healing and emotional release. Grounding ourselves by sitting in nature. That's one of the reasons why I love to be outside or at the park, particularly while I'm doing this, because it just feels better to me. Visiting bodies of water, which is something that I keep repeatedly hearing advisors tell me to do, whether it's the ocean, a lake, a stream, whether it's the bathtub, and creating a mindful space there, a quiet space, even if it's just for a few minutes. Some people like to knit, some people like to crochet, gardening, which is something I would love to do. I think that that's just a wonderful activity, and also would help with grounding, because you tend to be sitting in the earth, getting your hands in the earth, and connecting with the practicalities of our humanity. One of the other things, and the last thing I'll say in this video, that would be helpful for emotional release, and connecting with things that we want to let go of that are no longer serving us, and also healing the negative energy so that we are moving towards or acknowledging our manifestations and able to see them clearly. Purging the home of unnecessary items, decluttering the home, cleaning the home. Even if you clean regularly, that's a wonderful thing. But if that's not something that you do regularly, maybe purging some items. And I think regular purging is probably really helpful for people. That's something that I'm working on. I'm not a purger by practice, but I'm trying to be. And it's very difficult for me to let go of things. So I end up putting it in a storage shed or something, which reflects putting my emotions away, just storing them away, thinking I'm done with it, not looking at it anymore. But that's not healthy. And so it's time for me to bring it out. It's time for me to look at it and let it go, throw it away. If I haven't looked at it in 6 months, don't keep it, just throw it away. So hopefully that's something that might be helpful for others. And if nobody ever watches this, then this is just my diary, and I'm just talking about my personal practices at this time in my life to help through my journey of healing. So I will end with my affirmations, reminding myself and each of us that I am magic. I am a magician. I am a master manifester. I am gratitude. I'm grateful. I am kind. I am loving. I deserve love. I am abundant in all ways. We are abundant in all ways. And I am sending love, light, peace, prosperity, and total health and wellness in all ways, in all things, for each of us.